The Magnetawan River has always been the lifeblood of our nation. The state of its waters is directly connected to the health of our lands, animals, and people. Every spring, its surging meltwaters and flooded tributaries and wetlands can pose a risk to our community. But the spring of 2019 was not what we are used to.
I would say this is the worst. Like other times it was high, but that's kind of normal. But this time, we did watch it.
All the water coming here comes from Algonquin Park. All the rivers coming to Georgian Bay were all over capacity. And it was backing up all the tributaries, so the whole area was backing up. That's trying to get to the river.
The effects of climate change are very real for Magnetawan First Nation. As we plan for the future, it's up to us to protect our community, land, and animals from the potentially devastating effects of flooding and of drought.
Here at Magnetawan, we experienced a massive forest fire last year, and this year we experienced a massive flood. So, in our minds, we see climate change happening real, like we feel it.
To manage these risks, we are using a powerful planning tool, floodplain modeling and mapping. With our partners at Shared Value Solutions, we have created a digital floodplain model of our community and the surrounding area. This model shows the elevation of the land around our rivers, as well as our homes, businesses, and community buildings. Using it, we can run different scenarios that will clearly show changes in water levels during extreme storms and droughts, and how and where those changes will affect our community.
With climate change, I think that is our biggest concern, to watch the river, to watch our wetlands, when they're going to be dry, why they're going to be dry, and then now with flooding, all that water flow comes right to us. So climate change is going to affect us here the most at the end. It's our ecosystem that'll change here near the Georgian Bay.
The model will help us develop emergency response plans for potential scenarios. It identifies high flood risk areas and places where leaching and contamination could pose hazards to the river.
We had a crazy spring of flooding and flood warnings. And there was a couple areas near the river, near houses that we were really worried about, so we had to buy sandbags to stop any flooding that was going to happen. There's septic beds near them, so there were some things that we really needed to worry about, like environmentally, with the flooding coming.
We can also use this tool to inform our decisions around land use planning. As our community grows, we need to carefully consider high waters when choosing locations for new housing, businesses, and community buildings.
We've planned through our land use plan to put commercial lots in an area right near the interchange of the highway. So when we look at that, we have to look on the outside of the wetlands, that anything that may be encroaching into our proposed area.
The information that the floodplain maps show can also be used to help protect species at risk whose habitat might be affected by flooding or drought.
We have such huge wetland systems on our community that provide habitat to our species at risk. This program is going to inform our species at risk crew where these flooding instances might happen and then what that might mean for those habitats.
We have the greatest freshwater archipelago in the world here.
You see moose crossing in here.
So that's why we have to watch it, we have to protect it and notice what's happening out in our wetlands.
I really definitely noticed a big difference in the river this year. Down in Britt, with the water being so high and coming up so close to their fuel tanks and stuff like that, we really do have some issues happening now because of the high water. And I think this project is going to determine what relationships do we need to build along the river and where can we inform people, because this whole river affects us all. And if we can be informing the people that also use the river, then hopefully we'll have a healthy system.
Protecting the land, animals, and water that sustain us is central to our philosophy and lives as the citizens of Magnetawan First Nation. This floodplain modeling project will help us care for the lands and waters in the face of climate change while we plan for our future. For more information about this project, visit the Lands Department at Magnetawan First Nation.